Hello, beautifuls. This is Atleen, and today we are discussing the 5 steps of data encapsulation TCP IP. This is a continuation of yesterday's video, and we did discuss the PDUs at each layer, the bits, frame, packet, and segments is what we discussed yesterday from the TCP IP model. And today I would like to read about the 5 steps of data encapsulation. Data encapsulation. Five steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I would like to go over basics of what data encapsulation is and the terminology and the terms that are used. So here we go. When sending data, each layer adds its own header and for data link protocols, also a trailer is included to the data supplied by the higher layer. The term encapsulation refers to the process of putting headers and sometimes trailers around some data. Many of the examples in this chapter shows the encapsulation process. For example, web server Larry encapsulated the contents of the home page inside an HTTP header in figure 1.6. The TCP header, the TCP layer encapsulated the HTTP headers and data inside a TCP header in figure 1-7. IP encapsulated the TCP headers and the data inside an IP header in figure 1.10. Finally, the Ethernet link layer encapsulated the IP packets in both header and trailer in figure 1-11. So the process by which TCP IP hosts send data can be viewed as a 5-step process. It's a 5-step process. And the first 4 steps relate to the encapsulation performed by the 4 TCP IP layers. And the last step is the actual physical transmission of the data by the host. In fact, if you use the 5-layer TCP IP model, one step corresponds to the role of each layer. The steps are summarized in the following list. So we're going to read each step of data encapsulation. The first step, step 1, create and encapsulate the application data with any required application layer headers. Again, create and encapsulate the application data with any required application layer headers. For example, the HTTP OK message can be returned in an HTTP header followed by part of the contents of a web page. Step 2. Encapsulate the data supplied by the application layer. Include a transport layer header. For example, with that one, for end user applications, a TCP or UDP header is typically used. Going on to the next step, encapsulate the data supplied by the transport layer inside a network layer header, IP. For example, IP defines the IP addresses that uniquely identify each computer. Step 4. Encapsulate the data supplied by the network layer inside a data link layer header and trailer. For example, this layer uses both a header and a trailer. Step 5. Transmit the bits. For example, the physical layer encodes a signal onto the medium to transmit the frame. And these are the 5 processes of the data encapsulation. Okay, it's not going to be long today, guys. It's a good thing to go over this and read it and learn it and understand it. And I wish you well.